फीफा की ओर से भारतीय फुटबॉल महासंघ पर प्रतिबंध लाने के बाद पूर्वोत्तर में व्यापक प्रतिक्रियाएं देखी जा रही है। एआईएफएफ चुनाव से पूर्व फीफा के फैसले को पूर्व भारतीय फुटबॉल टीम के कप्तान बाईचुंग भूटिया ने दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण करार दिया। बता दें कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट की ओर से नियुक्त प्रशासकों की समिति ने चुनावी प्रक्रिया शुरू कर दी है। 28 अगस्त को चुनाव होने हैं। फीफा के इस फैसले पर भूटिया ने नॉर्थ ईस्ट लाइव को एक्सक्लूसिव वीडियो संदेश के जरिए प्रतिक्रिया दी है। उन्होंने यह भी कहा कि यह दुर्भाग्यजनक जरूर है, लेकिन भारत के पास अब अपनी व्यवस्था में सुधार का मौका भी है।
It's very unfortunate that FIFA has banned Indian football, and at the same time I feel it's a very harsh decision from FIFA to ban Indian football. But at the same time I think it's a great opportunity to get our system right. And it's very important that all the stakeholders, the federation, state association, sports ministry, to come together, get the system right, and everybody work for betterment of Indian football.
फीफा के फैसले को लेकर एआईएफएफ की ओर से प्रतिक्रिया सामने आई है। एआईएफएफ के उपाध्यक्ष और मेघालय फुटबॉल एसोसिएशन के अध्यक्ष लार्सिंग विंग सवन ने फीफा के फैसले को दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण बताया है और दोबारा विचार करने की अपील की है। नॉर्थ ईस्ट लाइव से बातचीत के दौरान लार्सिंग विंग सवन ने अपनी प्रतिक्रिया दी। उन्होंने कहा कि भारतीय फुटबॉल के लिए यह समय चुनौतियों वाला है। सुनते हैं उन्होंने क्या कहा।
FIFA has suspended all India Football Federation. So, what is your first reaction on this?
I mean, this is a very difficult time for Indian football because the FIFA suspension means that national team cannot participate in any of the international matches. Clubs can't participate in the various Asia Cup matches that are happening. Mohun Bagan, there's Gokulam women's team that's supposed to also participate in the next few weeks, coming weeks. And it totally kind of isolates us from world football. So this is an extremely, extremely difficult phase that we are now heading into.
And sir, this is the first time that something like this is happening with India. So how do you think this will impact the football scenario in India? What will be the extent of the impact on this?
See, as it is, Indian football is nowhere in the international map. Definitely, we've seen some amount of work being put into development of Indian football, which I believe will manifest into better performances over the next few years. But this is something that Indian football cannot afford by any measure. So it's really, really important that all stakeholders get together. I hope that the central government will play a larger role in ensuring that in intervening and ensuring that whatever the case be, All India Football Federation, the ban that FIFA has imposed on All India Football Federation has to be withdrawn. We have to be connected with world football, else it will be very, very detrimental to the development of the game. So every week, every day counts.
And sir, how long do you think before this suspension can be withdrawn, or what are the steps that we should take to withdraw this suspension?
See, now, unfortunately, this is a matter of sub judice in the sense that, there is a Supreme Court hearing on Wednesday. So, it all depends on what the court says. And I'm sure there will be a counsel from the Government of India's side also to explain matters as they are. A lot of issues began with basically the root cause was a lawyer who had kind of filed a PIL against the All India Football Federation, claiming that certain provisions of the National Sports Code were not in conformance, AIFF elections were not in conformance with the sports code, and this led to the matter going into High Court, and thereafter it went to the Supreme Court because the court had initially put a stay on the elections. That was vacated. There was an appeal made in the Supreme Court, and that's where things kind of got stuck for many years, and that's where the complication really lies. So I think everyone needs to be sane here at this point of time, understand that whatever everyone's intentions may be, whatever everyone's differing viewpoints may be, we're all united by one thought that we need to ensure that India moves out of this as soon as possible.
Sir, my last question is, India has been gearing up, preparing for the upcoming Under 20 Women's World Cup of the
17, yeah.
Yeah, Under 17, sorry.
Yes.
World Cup. So, how do you think this will, like, can we solve the issue before the deadline, or what? How do you see this?
See, this is all, it's all a matter which is at the Supreme Court level. Unfortunately, there are a lot of technicalities and legalities involved as well. But I hope that we can. I hope that there will be a solid intervention. Things are complex, undoubtedly. But I hope that it can, because, you know, that Under 17 Women's World Cup would have been a huge, huge boost to Indian football, particularly for the women. Because, you know, actually in football, in the men's, we are still hovering around the 100 mark in world ranking. But in the women's, we've been consistently in the 50, top 55 ranking in world's football. So if India is to win a World Cup, I think we have a greater chance of winning the Women's World Cup much, much earlier than, say, the men's. So, you know, something like this moving out of our hands is going to be disastrous for Indian football, and I just hope that, order is restored and we can, you know, somehow get the ban lifted and move on with the development of the game.
सिक्किम फुटबॉल एसोसिएशन के अध्यक्ष मिलना इथेनपा की भी प्रतिक्रिया सामने आई है, सुनिए।
It is really a sad state of affair. We were not hoping this, but at the same time it has happened. Now we have to learn a big lesson from it. And as far as, you know, the banning of AFF by FIFA and further holding of the elections of the AFF, we have a pending Supreme Court case going on, which final decision will be maybe delivered by tomorrow. So right now, since it is sub judice, I don't think I'll be in a position to comment anything further on this, because I am also one of the member in the AFF having a voting right.
उधर मणिपुर के मुख्यमंत्री एन बीरेन सिंह, जो पूर्व फुटबॉलर हैं, उन्होंने भी फीफा के फैसले पर अपना रुख जताया है। नॉर्थ ईस्ट लाइव से हुई एक्सक्लूसिव बातचीत में उन्होंने कहा कि एक तरफ जहां इम्फाल में दुरंत कप की तैयारी चल रही है, वहीं दूसरी तरफ फीफा का यह फैसला दुर्भाग्यजनक है। उन्होंने साथ ही कहा कि फीफा को अपने फैसले पर पुनर्विचार करना चाहिए।
The Chief Minister of Football President Manipur and also a former national player yourself, sir. So FIFA has suspended all India Football Federation, and the upcoming Women's World Cup slated to be held in October. It's not likely to be held in India. So what is your reaction to that?
No, these FIFA, what is internally what they have, we don't know. But it is very unfortunate, and FIFA has to review it, reconsider their decision.